shout out to the O-line and D-line. We'll start O-line first. Obviously, the big move was Broderick getting the start at right tackle. A little bit of a shocker move, right? Because obviously we know Broderick has played left tackle, and a lot of the conversation.
Chooks is the guy we're paying a lot of money to.
Yeah, Chooks is the guy we had the second contract on. Obviously, Dan Moore was the guy that a lot of people had felt some type of way about his play, but ultimately the team decided.
I mean, Chooks wasn't good either, like this year. It's kind of been the same, but you just figure since Broderick is left tackle,
the narrative became it
just
has
put
to
him
be
at
Dan
left
Moore.
tackle.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
Just one of them things, man. It is good though that Broderick was able to come in and not just switch positions, because I don't think I've seen him at left tackle when he was at Georgia. I mean, at right tackle when he was at Georgia. I think he was exclusively at the left spot. But like I said, man, it was dope to see him, number one, come out there. I thought he played well. I really was impressed with the run game. That's the part, when we talk about where we should see the noticeable difference early on, it should be in that capacity. Now, in terms of the pass stuff, man, for the matchups last night, man, he locked that up. That was beautiful.
No pressure from his side.
That was beautiful. Absolutely, man. But we'll obviously see when these tests get a little bit more challenging down the line. But as a whole, man, I love the fact that the moment didn't look too big for him. He didn't look like he was nervous or playing not to mess up, wasn't playing tight. In fact, man, I seen him out there look like he was confident out there, man. Big boy stuff, talking crazy, man. Putting that flex on. I think he low-key might have had a penalty on him one time. But either way, I like this energy, though, bro. As a whole, the energy. I'd much rather say Wold and Sick'em. That's that Coach Tomlin right there. And the same could go for 24 on the other side, right? In terms of young JPJ, dogging him, right? So you would much rather they be over-aggressive as young players than you having to push them along. But yeah, man, I thought O-line looked good. Shoot, Dan Moore, Seyu Malu, Mason Cole, and James Daniels. I mean, you look at some of them runs that we were having, whether it was with Najee or with some of those runs with 30, in terms of Jalen, both of them dudes were able to really have just time. But at the same time, this was also a better matchup for us in the trenches, as we talked about.
Oh, yeah.
Jeffrey
Outside of
Simmons. Right. So when we talk about the context of the season, when we talk about evaluating these performances, this is why it matters. This is why when we say, that part of the year when we're going against some of these fronts that are viewed as top 5 D fronts in the league, it's going to get bad at times, but you can't overreact in your evaluations of those scenarios, because now you got the scenario where it's like, oh, it was a little bit more competitive. It was a little bit more even. And now we could see, oh, no, our guys aren't broken completely. Nah.
We're starting to get our stuff together, too. So hopefully the next time we play a team like the Browns,
come on, man,
we'll be more prepared.
But that's also why you got to give it time. And that's been the big theme. And as everybody was seeing last night, time. The longer this thing gets, the better it's going to get. We talked about it 3 weeks ago coming out of the bye when we said, man, we saw intent. We saw, oh, man, we actually scored. I think it was right at the end of it was right at the beginning of the fourth, right? Then we said last game.
The Rams fourth quarter.
Then it was the middle game, right, versus Jacksonville.
Yep.
We was like, dang, man, we saw the intent early on, but we had the injuries. But then at the same time, we still saw some drops. We're like, all right, we still see some stuff coming together.
Yep.
But we felt like, it was incomplete.
Yep.